My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. So I just found this on Top Buzz. I'm going to read it, and I want you guys to understand, first and foremost, I don't have the right to be a racist. I'm not going to make any racial statements or comments about this, but the title alone is racist. It specifically says, White Privileged Rich Student Who Murdered Black Man Walks Free. Top Buzz, there it is, right there, in black and white. Alright, so before I get into this, I keep hearing this shit about white privilege. I really don't know if that's a thing, and if it is, okay, so fucking what? It is what, excuse me, it is what it is, and if you're white and you have white privilege, hey, more power to you, good for you. Anyway, I mean, like I said, I'm an adapter. I adapt to a lot of shit. Alright, so here we go. A rich white high school student, senior, has been allowed to return to classes even though he has been charged with murder. Alright, that's the guy. I guess that's the guy. I don't know if it's the actual guy. You know, sometimes they just take photos of people and place them there. Anyway. Alright. I guess it is the guy because it says Cameron Terrell Facebook. I'm probably not saying that right. CAMERONTERRELL. And then it's got Facebook. If you can't spell Facebook, then you probably need to go back to first grade and learn how to read. Okay. Outrages a white high school student, Cameron Terrell, charged with gangland murder of a guy. It's got A and a lot of dots, and then it has HTTP rumourbus.com 2017-11-14. So that was like what, this month? I think. Anyway, outrages a white student, Cameron Terrell, charged with the gangland. Why does it say it twice? Allowed to return to classes. Okay, so let's read from here. A rich white high school student from California who was charged with murder was allowed to return to his classes just 1 month after the incident. Meet Cameron Terrell, poster child for influenza, aka white privilege. That must not be influenza or affluenza. Let me spell it out for you. AFFLUENZA. I have no idea what the fuck that means. Terrell, 18, was arrested last month along with 2 teenagers in regards of an October 1st shooting in South Los Angeles that resulted in the death of 21-year-old black man Justin Holmes. Holmes was walking home with 2 of his friends when they accosted by 2 men who asked them where they came from. One of the armed men fired multiple shots and hit Holmes, according to the Los Angeles Police Department. The shooter has been ACCOMPLICED, then ran to a black car that was reportedly driven by Terrell. Okay, I'm confused now, but anyway, which quickly drove away. Holmes later died in the hospital. Neither nor his 2 friends were linked in the gang activity. Terrell was arrested on October 12th, charges of 1 count of murder and 2 counts of attempted murder in a gang allegation. Allegiance? I don't know what the fuck this word is. ALLEGATIONS were filed against the 3 suspects. The other 2 suspects were juvenile and have been unidentified. Has not been identified, but their cases will be transferred into adult court. Prosecutors asked that Terrell's bail be set at more than $5 million, which was not a problem for his rich family. On October the 19th, the bail was posted, and despite the severity of his alleged crimes, Terrell was not only allowed to leave jail, but attend classes at PALOSVERDE High School as well. The suspect's father is Donald Wayne Terrell, the president of a new and improved media, the media consulting firm for the that might be ELSEE Egundo. His mother, Deborah, is in interior designs. I'm sorry, these are strange words to me. I'm old. And works proximity with clients in the South Bay. The Terrells live in a 3,871 square feet house with the estimated value of 1.8 million according to the Daily Breeze. Terrell himself enjoys Mexican getaways, vacations, and got out of prison just in time to attend the World Series with his parents at Dodger Stadium. So apparently, getting charged with murder doesn't seem to upset Terrell's high school. Excuse me. I gotta take a bite of this raw egg on that. Sorry for the smacking. Officials at the high school of the unidentified district confirmed that the KTLA has Terrell attached. The high school as recently as last week. So it's saying parents who children attended the same high school apparently were engaged that the adult charges were murder allowed inside the school for 3,000 students. With 3,000 students. I don't believe, and I'd like to talk to the principal of the education code. Doesn't that support suspicion so that he can focus on his studies at home? Former Manhattan Beach Police Chief, good God, how the hell do you say this guy's name? Rod, I want to say Yoshida, but that's not it. Uyeda said, they shoot up funerals, they shoot up schools, they shoot up people's homes. They really don't care who they hit, he said. Fearing gang retaliation, the group of parents also sent a letter to the school board demanding that Terrell is taking classes somewhere else. While Terrell enjoys his presumption of innocence in the court of law, there are serious safety concerns raised by Terrell's continuing attendance at school. At best, Terrell is a distraction for the teachers and the staff and the other students, the letter reads. At worst, the most law enforcement officers would say, or that are allowing the 18-year-old gang member to suspected of a felony to attend school with parents clear that the parents is he's a clear and present danger. Y'all like that accent? To other students. After much pressure, the school has finally said Terrell is no longer allowed to attend classes on their campus, but will go to an off-site study program. Meanwhile, the identity of Terrell's companions were involved in the shooting remains unknown. However, the criminal complaint states that Terrell went by a white boy, and the other two were called B, G, and LG. In the reference that Terrell has white boys suggested that the other two may be people of color. While Terrell walks free at the time being, at least his accomplices caused being transferred to an adult court. Terrell's case highlights the huge departure of the criminal justice system, which allows money to rule over servants of whatever that word is I spelled earlier. While talks of less privileged people are left to rot in jail for minor transgressions like stealing $5 worth of food because they cannot afford the bail. Bail post also means that Terrell will have an advantage in fighting the case as the others will remain incarcerated while they have not. It will be easier to meet up with his attorney. He'll be able to show up at court in clothing. He'll be able to walk through the front door, and the jurors with his participation will be less pressure. He'll be able to get a good night's sleep before court, and the attorney, John, good God, Raffling? Raphaphling? Rapling? is a senior researcher in Human Rights Watch who has been campaigning to bail reform in California. It is also speaking to volumes that Terrell's charges of murder and attempted murder will be given bail in the first place, while blacks and Latinos in this position often not even given the benefit of a doubt. Money bail has no link in public safety, according to the report. In fact, bail is unnecessary risk to defendants who financially resources can purchase the release even if they are at high risk. That they will engage in pre-trial misconduct. All right. So, I guess I needed a slap of reality to find out that white privilege is actually a real thing. I just thought it was like some stereotypical shit that like angry black people like me came up with just to like I guess level the playing field. Hey, look, I'm gonna be honest. I really didn't think that white privilege was a thing. I think it was just some propaganda shit so that there'll be one less thing to worry about when it came to Donald Trump. Because apparently now reading this, white privilege must be a thing. I'm not really into racial matters, unless it's like somebody dying or some shit like what I just read. So white privilege. Score one for you guys, I guess. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, it's clearly a thing in this case that I just read, but I'm really on the fence on it. I mean, honestly, I think that if you murder somebody clearly for no reason at all, then you probably should be locked up. But I'm one of those guys who believe that sometimes there's a time to kill and sometimes there's not. I also strongly believe that sometimes, we bite off more than we can chew, and we get into fights where we have to wind up beating someone to death because nobody wants to give up, and nobody wants to lose, and nobody wants to admit that they can't fight. So that's kind of how we get into these situations. Well, I'm James Williams Jr. You got to process that while I'm processing it. I got to go warm my eggs back up. Be seeing you.